Hey guys, Balloon back here again with another video to teach you how to master the mid lane in 5 simple steps summarized in one diagram. I assure you that if you are able to execute these steps clearly as shown and you know how to transition between the states of being weak, strong or even in lane, you will be able to crush the mid lane easily. To add on, this video is a continuation to the other mid laning video that I made a few months back. So if you had not watched that video, I would highly recommend watching that first before proceeding to learning from this video. Also, if you are interested in taking up coaching sessions with me, you would like to support my work, please feel free to check out my Fiverr link or Patreon link in the description box down below. Or you could also directly contact me on Discord to schedule sessions with me. So if you enjoy watching my videos, please do me a favor and like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. First, let me just provide an overview of the gist of how the entire system works. Basically, we are identifying the fastest dying creep, also known as the contested creep, and we are aggroing that creep to our range creep while chipping it down to secure it with our spell for heroes that can nuke. And we are also hitting the enemy hero at the same time. All the while, we will interchange targets between the contested creeps and also the enemy hero. All this might seem a little bit complicated, but don't worry because there are actually plenty of live examples attached in this video later on from my 1 vs 1 lobby practices with around 6 of my students ranging from 2 to 5k MMR brackets. Okay, for our first example, we have Death Prophet versus Lina. Death Prophet is played by me, Lina is played by my 5k MMR student. So I would like you guys to try and see how the 5-step process which I showed you earlier is applied here. Okay. Step 1, we are going to identify the fastest dying creep. So in this wave, we're going to see which creep is going to be hit by our creep. Alright, in this case, it's this creep. Notice I landed one hit on this because I thought this was the fastest dying creep, but it turns out this was the creep that was getting hit by my creep, so I will change to hit this creep instead. Also, I'm trying to hit this creep at the same time because I would foresee that I could play multiple contested creeps. That means I'm seeing this creep dropping like this creep dropping like this, and I'm spelling through after, if I'm allowed to do so. So I'm assessing the scenario first by landing one hit on this. Okay, remember after our first hit, we are going to proceed to creep aggro to range. Ideally, I should have been playing this creep, not the range creep actually, because this was the fastest dying creep, but nonetheless, that's not a big problem. Whether or not you land the first hit on the dying creep before aggroing, as long as you're playing the creep low and spelling it to secure it together with hitting the enemy hero. Better yet, if you could play multiple contested creeps, that would be better. If not, just playing one is fine. So I'm done with the creep aggro to range. Now pay attention that I'm still hitting that creep low, because now I'm seeing ways to land this spell on this creep to hit this hero all in one line, right? That's how we view the lane. We are viewing ways to combo in our spells to achieve the maximum benefit that is advantageous to us, right? The outcome that's advantageous to us. In that case, we are talking about more last hits than the enemy, higher harass than the enemy, and more farm, more XP in the long run. So if we are able to do this often, before 2 minutes, we are going to hit our bottle, so that will set up the pacing of our lane to be really good in our favor eventually. Yeah. Now if we play it out, we see I'm still trying to hit this creep because I'm thinking that, oh, I can bring it down to this more health to play multiple contested creeps. That means this plus this, but I cannot, so now I'm left with the choice of just first spelling through to secure this creep and hit the enemy hero at the same time. Right, so once that's done, now I'll revert back to just basic last hitting and denying until my Lex spell cooldown is off again. Then I'll try and secure it with spells and hit the enemy hero at the same time again. Okay, so in this case, it's just gonna be right clicks and all. Okay, now I want you guys to notice, Because this Lina has not done much to my wave compared to what I've done to a wave. Look at the amount of creeps that are going to go to her now versus the amount of creeps that she has left. Also the advantage that I have. Okay, this gives me level 2, and because she's in a really bad positioning, I'll be able to punish her really hard. Let's say even if this Lina was standing behind, not allowing me an opportunity to harass her like this, you still shouldn't back off. Follow the wave and just go and deny creeps under a tower, because this will make it really hard for the enemy to last hit under a tower, which is what we're gonna see here. So just follow, harass, harass. Okay, harass. You can see she's struggling to get last hits and harassed by me at the same time. I'm also clicking her within the, outside the 500 aggro range of the tower, so I'm not getting aggroed by the tower. Yeah, useful tip. Okay, so I'm denying creeps under a tower still. That's why she's struggling a lot. Now once again, if this Lina was like standing here, I'll be first spelling through, so she cannot deny this, and I can secure this with spell plus hit here at the same time. But she's not here, so I'll just right click the creep. Now definitely I'm looking, see this scenario, I'm looking at ways to combo this plus this in one straight line. So the best scenario right now is I need to start hitting these two creeps to bring it to low health for my spell range damage. But because she has depushed the wave really quickly, this didn't allow me the chance to do the damage to the creeps. Instead I had to deny my creeps. Okay, here again you can see I'm trying to bring it to that health that I talked about earlier and spell through to secure both creeps plus hero. So I get one creep, I get two creeps, I get spell damage on hero. Okay, that's good enough. Fast forward to closing in on 2 minutes. You can see my courier is on the way. So we have managed to hit our pre-2 minutes bottle timing, which is crucial. Better yet if we can get both the water runes at mid. So what we are looking at now is the Lina earlier. Because of the amount of setup on contested creeps I've done compared to this guy, my last hits is a lot higher than him. So now the punishment will, like the amount of punishment I do to the enemy hero and my advantage will become larger compared to him. So this will just slowly go in my favor. Okay. In this scenario, try and again, let's see the process. So we are level 3 DP. Our spell does about 160 damage or so, 165 damage or so. So we are looking at ways to combo in this creep, ideally with this creep as well. If the opportunity arises where we can like bring both creeps low enough to first spell through, that would be great. Otherwise, just this one creep into this hero would be fine. So this scenario, we should definitely be hitting this identified contested creep. So one hit, two hit. Okay, now I'm ready. So it's low enough for me to spell through and combo in all the damage in one line. Even if Lina was standing here, I'll be positioning my hero like this. If Lina is standing like let's select here, then I'll put positioning like this. Alright. So again, Lina has no bottle, but I have bottle. The advantage becomes severely leaning towards my favor now. So eventually this guy is going to die. With this bottle advantage that I have compared to this guy, we are going to frequently check if our opponent has bottle as well. So if they don't have bottle, that's a really good sign to be telling yourself to immediately go fetch 2 of the water runes. So if you're able to do so, even once this guy gets the bottle, he has no way to recharge his bottle. But the amount of sustain that you have done compared to him, let's say you bottle up, like here for example. Okay, I'm going to bottle up, and then there I'm checking quickly. I just drag over to check him. He has no bottle yet in his inventory earlier. Alright, let's see that again. Okay, I just quickly like drag my screen to check his slot. He has no bottle, so that tells me, okay, quickly go and get the water rune. Even if this is happening in your games, you should be looking at the same thing. We should be knowing whether or not our opponent has sustain, because if they do not have sustain, this is what will happen. This amount of health difference gives us a really strong advantage to just walk out and fight them in their face. Okay. Again, here I'm looking at the contested creep into a hero line. It's good. Now this guy will feel really pressured because of everything I've done earlier. Meaning I've played contested creeps, I've set up creeps, I've brought creeps low and secure creeps with spell. Also done damage to enemy hero as I secure creeps with spell. And then because the bottle is earlier and this guy did not try and replicate what I did, so now the advantage goes in my favor largely, with a lot more sustainability and farm and advantage, everything, XP, gold, whatever you can think of, you will be ahead. Okay, only now this guy managed to get the bottle, so okay, he managed to sustain back up, but damage is sort of already done because the amount of CS I have compared to this guy right now is probably like, this guy probably has like 7 or 8 CS only, or 9, so I have close to double his CS. Again, this scenario we can see we are playing contested creeps, so I'm seeing this into this, maybe into this as well, or like one of this. So test the waters, start with one creep. This guy is not aggroing to a range. If this guy is aggroing to a range, then definitely I'll be moving up, hitting this creep once, dropping it to half, then turning back and spelling through, so we combo in 1, 2 and 3. Right, but in this scenario, that did not happen, so just this one is enough. That's good harass on the enemy, secure creep on it as well. Then remember, we play contested creep, spell, and then we're gonna follow up with some right clicks and see is the trait favorable to us. So I went for one click. The guy treated me back, so that didn't give me as much confidence to be like, okay, I'm winning the trade. So we are going to back off and creep aggro instead until we have the advantage to just go and push him out. Let's say if you're in a similar scenario and your health is way higher, let's say like this, and enemy drops like this, definitely you shouldn't be backing here, because if you're strong, just move out and push the hero out. The whole point of us playing contested creeps is actually to set up health differences like this, using the spells on creeps earlier like that. Alright, so once we have the advantage, we're going to go out and push the hero out. Let's say if you already build up the advantage in the first place, which you're going to see in a bit, then obviously contested creeps are no longer even there. Spell into hero. Everything that has been done earlier has led up to this point where this hero is dropping low, this player, from what I've done to the hero earlier with a lot of contested creeps and spells plus right clicks. And also I've faster sustainability, more farm, and this hero is clearly out of position now. So we're just gonna go with TP's third spell, because the player went out of position and that's a free kill. Okay guys, so you can see from everything that I've done earlier up to now, leading up to this point, has given me such an advantage in terms of sustainability, farm, bottle, pre 2 minutes, harass on enemy hero, security in creeps, comboing in creeps. Yeah, so I'll be showing you guys like one more example. Here's the second example of Co-op versus Puck. So this is played against a 3000 MMR student, and we will see the same thing being replicated here. So we'll first start with our contested creep, right? So right now our first creep that we see to set up the contested creep will be this first creep. So we are prepping this creep for our eventual Scream of Pain spell, right? And as we do this, I'm also constantly thinking about comboing the range creep in. So remember, if you can hit multiple contested creeps, we'll play that, we'll set that up. One hit, so one hit is done on this melee creep. The next hits that we want to see is we'll try and combo in this range creep as well. Right, so 2 hits are done, creep is dropping low. Start trying to drop this one low as well, so that both of it can be comboed together at the same time to hit this hero. But all of a sudden I'm saying, oh, the creep is dropping way too low and I cannot make this in time. Okay, so now we are going to transition back into good harass on hero and then comboing in our spell. Again, of course we have no creep aggro, we do not creep aggro because creep is under a tower. Of course, unless if you're in a losing lane and you're forced to do this to farm, Otherwise, if you're like playing even now and you're trying to get an advantage, then definitely you do not do this aggro, but we'll do more of setting up contested creep, prepping up contested creeps, and then comboing in everything together. Okay, so one hit is stun on hero, good harass. Spell should be out on this creep as well. Secure creep with spell damage on hero. Follow up some clicks on enemy hero. Okay, trade is still going well, so I can land another trade. Now hero is running away far, so I can disengage and wait for next spell, 5th step. Now thinking, okay, back to step 1, repeat process of setting up contested creeps, comboing in multiple contested creeps, and hit hero at the same time. So in 3 seconds I'm saying the spell. That means we'll be getting ready to do all this together. Yeah, like so. So I've secured 1, 2. I've also secured the earlier one with 3. Third spell. And then I've done a ton of damage to this enemy hero, and none of my creeps, notice, have died yet. They are all protected by what I'm doing, together with good harass. So just like that, the lane is pretty much over for this guy. This third example will be me playing as Lash versus a student, this time around 2.5k, playing as Storm. Yeah, so Lash versus Storm. And again, I would like for you guys to see the process, the 5 steps. So number 1, we're looking at this as our first dying creep, so we'll set this up as the contested creep. Of course, before we set this low, we would like for the hero to be closer, so as Lash, our third spell, can land and bounce like this, right? So we'll wait a little bit longer before he reaches the wave, before we start hitting this dying creep. Right, you notice I'm not immediately hitting the creep. Now that the guy is closer, then yes, I'll be landing 1 hit. I could have hit it earlier, but actually because I'm trying to set it up to for confirmation that we can secure the creep with 1 right click plus spell. Because if you just do like 1 right click early on, maybe your second right click might not be able to reach out in time because your attack animation might be too slow in this case. So I waited a little bit longer, have the creeps drop this to like 3/4 or half, then only secure it with 1 right click plus spell. So that's step 1, identify fastest dying creep, and then hit it to bring it low, and then spell to secure it together with hitting hero with spell. Also similar to the second example, do not pull aggro to range because, like I mentioned, it's inside our tower, so you'll end up just pushing out the wave for nothing, using the help of the tower, which is not what we want to achieve in lane. Alright, so let's play this out. 1 right click plus spell. Good, now I've secured this creep, and that bounce should go into that hero. I was quite unlucky that the bounce went like this instead, so it's fine. I'll just land with some follow-up clicks and see if the harass goes my way. So the following steps of 4 and 5, right? Doing harass to enemy hero, seeing if it's good after playing contested creep. There I've landed about 2 hits. Now again, what I'm seeing, this contested creep into this hero, comboing spell, bounce into him. But the hero is running too far away, so this does not allow me the chance to do this. So I'm just going to secure this with right click instead. Of course, unless this guy turns to try and contest this and we can't assure that we can land our base damage to secure it, then we'll use our spell. Okay, which is what I'm doing. But actually this is what I'm doing because I'm seeing that it can bounce to him. So going back to step 1, contested creep. Hit creep. Creep was already low in the first place, so we go straight into using spell to secure creep and hitting hero with spell after. But again, my bounce went like this instead of going like that. That's fine. I still follow up with some right clicks, notice. But now you see the pattern, as similar to just now when I'm playing Quad versus Puck. There's a big wave into the enemy hero. Now there's also a big wave on the enemy hero. Because in both cases, the enemy player did not actually do what I was doing, so there's always more creeps on him than there are creeps on me, and my farm in turn will become faster, my level will become faster. Ideally I get level 2 first and I'll just run the guy down after. That will be the best case scenario when you play the lane to start crushing it. So just repeating the 5-step process. Of course here the hero is not close enough for me to spell, so there's no point. and he's also not contesting it, so there's no point. Now because I'm level 2, this allows me such a huge advantage because of what I've done at level 1, securing all 4 creeps, doing damage, did damage to the enemy hero with spell plus right click. Now he's really low for me to just go in and like start trading him when I'm strong. See how when I'm strong, I don't really think too much about setting the creeps up anymore, because the harass will be much more important than setting creeps up when we are ahead. It's no longer even because our level is higher, our health is higher. Even going as far as to harass him with the spell and no longer saving it for a contested creep because we are ahead. Okay, now of course seeing this scenario, since creeps are dropping low, really low, I'm seeing another opportunity to go like boom 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 with my third spell to combo multiple creeps. Right, so 1 click plus spell. Okay, good. Although I didn't manage to hit the hero, but in cases like this, if you're in a similar scenario and your spell doesn't hit the hero but it helps you secure multiple creeps, you should still do it as well. Yeah. Hitting the enemy here is actually just a bonus part of it, but if you want to secure multiple creeps or you want to prevent the enemy from denying your creeps, make sure you use your spell to secure creeps. Okay. Then again, because of such a big wave going into him, this guy is just gonna get screwed under his tower. He can't do much against me. Okay, just from that, the guy's lane is going to struggle now. He probably has like 2 last hits only or something, because he's struggling around his tower from the first wave. Alright. To sum up, here are the 4 main reasons as to why it is so important to set up creeps to force the enemies to contest against us. First, we are dropping the enemy's creeps numbers by 1 or 2 early on into the wave to take lesser creep aggro damage when we trade. And because we are killing the creeps faster than our opponent, we are getting faster XP and gold compared to them. So this is especially true when we are playing bottle dependent heroes, as the 2-minute water runes are key in ensuring that we have good sustainability in the lane. However, do not confuse this for pushing the lane. Yeah, we are not attempting to push the lane into the enemy tower for nothing. Pushing the lane will look like we are just hitting all 4 creeps low and trying to kill them quickly and push the lane into the tower. That's not what this is. We are simply utilizing creeps that are low in health that we set up ourselves, right, in order to do harass to the enemy hero by using them as bait. So similar to the concept of creep aggro. The lane might push inevitably because of this, but the benefits that we will get will far outdo the lane from being pushed into the enemy, meaning we have higher harass, more net worth, faster level, and overall a better lane outcome. So even if the lane pushes into the enemy, we are still in a favorable position to mess with them even under their tower. Okay, I hope this video makes sense. Thank you for tuning in.